Halo 5 Guardians came out 10 years ago, which sucks to think about.
1v1! 1v1!
There have been a lot of ups and downs in the Halo franchise's lifespan, to say the least. One of the lowest definitely had to be Halo 5's release and the shockwave it had on the community afterwards. But like all things in life, it's not purely all good or purely all bad. Halo 5 was a huge game, and despite some things turning out the way it did, it's important we don't forget what it brought us. I only came into Halo from around 2009, so while I didn't get to live the glory days of Halo in person, I sure did live through some of my own in a different way. A ton of effort went into this game, and I think the good and bad deserves to be remembered. The more I look back at this time period in my life, the more I realize that I think there's a surprising amount of history with me in this game that I would like to document. All of this comes from the experiences I had. I don't think I bought into the hype of a game harder.
We want to get better and better at making a Halo game.
So here's the thing. I can tell you 5 reasons why Halo 5 deserves to be remembered. This is a mix of personal and historical memories going back an entire 10 years. It's all from my own perspective, and with about 2,000 hours logged into the game, I feel overly qualified to talk about it.
The biggest question that Halo asks when someone grabs a controller and starts playing it is, how far can you this thing?
But I think this game is actually one of the biggest disappointments of my life.
So happy 10th birthday, Halo 5. This is a monument to all your sins.
What? Guys, look at Madman! Holy hell!
Did you forget where you were supposed to go?
Is the Master Chief a traitor? Is he gonna die? Who's this dude that just shot him? What are you talking about? He didn't shoot him. The Master Chief was gonna shoot him. Like, what? What are you guys doing to Halo? That's the point. That's the point.
2015 was a big year for me. It's when I took my first steps out into the world, showing people what I could do. I made a lot of videos, graduated high school, and started college. And of course, the release of the first Halo game I would be able to own and play on launch day. Like I mentioned before, I didn't get into Halo until around 2009 and didn't own an Xbox 360 until Halo 4 came out. I wasn't allowed to have one. So in late 2014, not long after the launch of MCC, I saved up for an Xbox One and was determined to play Halo 5 when it released. The optimism after Halo 4 was actually at an all-time high for me. I loved Halo 4 from top to bottom. MCC had an abysmal launch, but I still had my sights set on the future. Despite the turn from Bungie's vision, I was bought into whatever 343 Industries had in store. Completely. We got Master Chief in a cloak, we had Hunt the Truth, we had a super fun beta for the game that made it seem like everything was on track. During that beta, I even met Joe, and so began the group known as Gold Team. I remember there was a specific brand of cherry sour candy that I would always buy at a local Family Express. Every time I died in the beta, I would eat one. It's genuinely impossible to find cherry sours that tasted as good as those back then. I have to go to some Amish deli where they sell their own, which tastes somewhat like the old cherry sours, and fuck the Amish, they're dumb as hell. I can't just gloss over Hunt the Truth like I did. Genuinely an incredible audio drama, wonderful insight into the world of Halo. Exciting, intense, and a wonderful distraction, because it turned out everything in the ad campaign, including most of Hunt the Truth, led to nothing. So to me, that's the first reason Halo 5 mattered. Its ad campaign and hype were astronomical to me. I thought at the time they were just hiding all the important bits. Now I realize they were hiding something a lot more sinister.
Continuing, as we start talking about next projects, with whatever comes after Halo 5, we already pretty well know where the universe is headed.
Halo 5 was the second worst piece of Halo media ever created. I'm lumping the Halo show's 2 seasons in as number 1. I don't think there's anything worse than the Halo show. It kind of makes clear all the issues that 343 Industries has. Halo 4 was weird and had some missteps, sure, but I would consider Halo 4's story genuinely moving and good. Halo 5 was just bad in almost every area.
I'm curious. I never worked with an AI before. Not like you did with Cortana, at least. What's it like? Her voice in your head all of the time?
It's unique.
Care to elaborate?
No.
The first crack on the wall I noticed was in the E3 2015 trailer. Going back to 2012, Halo 4 had an E3 trailer that was so mind-blowing that I will never forget it. Halo 5's was short, more explosive than informative. At least with Halo 4, it seemed like they wanted to show off the insane reveals of the Prometheans, but all we got for Halo 5 was more Prometheans? No risks taken. In Halo 4's demo, everything was mapped out meticulously for the maximum blowing of minds. Speaking of E3 demos, does anyone else just go back and watch old Halo trailers wistfully and depressingly? Man, that shit rules. It makes me so sad. I love it. It makes me more upset. I can't stop watching them. Awesome. I would love to dissect the campaign's plot faults, but I mainly just want to talk about it from a more personal standpoint.
I don't know. This game just let me down in such a severe way that I don't think I can ever forgive it. I cannot believe I'm saying this because this really shows how short my life is and how little life experience I've gone through, but I think this game is actually one of the biggest disappointments of my life. I'm not even joking. 2015 was so much shit, dude. 2015 sucked. But it's like, at least there's Halo. At least I'll have Halo 5. I was telling myself, Halo in general has always come to me in really dark times. I don't know.
Halo 4, for all its faults, was healing to me. 2012 was this year where I was trying to figure out a lot about myself, trying to figure out why I felt so alone, so pulled apart. Related a lot to Cortana. I related a lot to Chief. I wasn't a super soldier going through a midlife crisis or an AI designed to die after 8 years. But they were struggling too. Loss, sadness, tragedy. I could relate to all that. I was in middle school looking at these characters and pointing at the screen going, oh, they're sad. Just like me.
It's not over. Not yet.
Not yet.
After something that personal, of course I was looking forward to Halo 5 being a piece of media that would continue to help me through a lot of change in my life. Guess what it was?
Not that!
Why is Cortana evil? Why is Chief so useless? Why all this hype for each individual personality of Fireteam Osiris when they didn't even let them shine? This killed me! I played the game thinking over and over, this is a fake out, right? I was so sad for a very long time. Now, were there other factors that made me sad? Of course. Quite a few, really. This was around the time I realized my life was not what I wanted it to be. I knew I had to make some radical changes. I didn't know what to do, though. I was just a sad kid fresh out of high school. It sucked. I'll circle back to the personal aspect a little later, but I also have been thinking of making a larger video about Halo's impact on my life. If you're interested, let me know in the comments or Blue Sky. Also, go follow me on Blue Sky or subscribe here. You'll get to watch my life unravel in real time. It's great. Why does this matter? Because it's a cautionary tale. This can't really happen again if I'm being honest. It was all so bad that about 75% of Halo Infinite's campaign was basically just trying to fix it. Halo, as it's clinging to life support, can't have this happen again. And it won't, right? Fuck! So on the flip side, Halo 5's multiplayer was actually insanely good. This was fun as hell. Being fully honest, this was the most fun I've ever had in Halo multiplayer. Arena combat was intense and enjoyable to watch. All of the Spartan abilities actually meshed together and chained well for a lot of cool plays. I kind of became a master at it. 3 for 3 cooked. I wish there were less arena maps centered around UNSC bases, but whatever, I guess. This is where I personally think Halo's gameplay was most interesting. All these esports idiots going, oh, Halo needs to evolve to live. Yeah, dude, it did. Did you play Halo 5? That was the evolution. It was great, and you slept on it. It took a good risk this time, and it paid off. I unlocked all the armor through the frustrating rec system. Got all these fun little clips that I'm showing in the background. Seriously, this ruled. There's also the aspect of Warzone. It was a fascinating experiment. This was ahead of its time, even though it was hindered by microtransactions, which were ass. You know, there was a time at the start of the game's lifespan where nearly nobody had DMRs unlocked. No DMRs at all in Warzone. In fact, if we saw a guy with a DMR, we would consider the game a loss. I remember unlocking my first DMR and being so excited I sent Snapchats of it to my friends. I sometimes wish we could get a more unlocked version of Warzone without the microtransactions. I don't know, unlimited rec points? Some kind of modded version of the game where we could do that? Would Microsoft even care, really? Also, Anubis. So its multiplayer is absolutely a reason to remember this game. Which brings us to Forge in Halo 5 was in a different league compared to Forge in the other Halo games. You could make badass maps back then, but now you could add scripting and continuous support beyond launch. You hadn't seen that in Halo before, and people made some banger maps thanks to it. Feels like Infinite's Forge is almost too intimidating. I tried to mess around in it and didn't get very far, especially because of the bugs. But this was a solid evolution from Reach and 4. My friends and I spent too long at Halo 5's Forge. They even added a customs browser for custom games, which took things to the next level. Good shit, dude. Good shit. Of course, content creation is part of this as well. I'm sure everyone watching knows about all the little machinima skits I did with my friends, all the montages and whatnot. I'm not kidding when I say that if Halo 5's campaign was good, this would be the best Halo of all time. Seriously. Anything other than that damn story was exactly what Halo needed at the time. But it was held back thanks to the poor reception of the campaign. I would say its biggest second sin was Forge not being at launch, and then microtransactions third. You can't rely on media like this. It's not okay or healthy. It will leave you stranded and disappointment will be inevitable. But in my defense at the time, I was pretty weak emotionally. And how could we have known? The hype for Halo 5 was insane, like I mentioned. I don't think literally anyone saw this dastardly subversion coming. But now that we do see it coming after this franchise has been shot in the foot as much as it has been, it's important that we keep our guard up. Remember that with the CE remake. I hate to be negative, but I just can't keep getting backhanded by Microsoft in 343. I have to do better because now it's on me. That's the fifth reason why Halo 5 matters. Its existence is a reminder that you can't rely on media. You can be excited, of course, but you can't go overboard. Video games or any kind of recreational entertainment doesn't have the hands to pick you back up with, my friend. You have to do that yourself. So if y'all are interested in these kinds of videos, let me know. I think this got surprisingly personal as I was making it, but I hope y'all liked hearing me still get angry about a 10-year-old game. There are a few interesting videos I have floating around in my head that I would really like to make. So remember to subscribe and stay tuned. I'm hoping 2026 will allow me to actually live my life because, I'll be real, things still suck right now. I will see you all next year, and of course, as always,
please join me for the next episode of Hunt the Truth.